headlines of this hour on VTV News. Party Chief Theo requests thorough preparations for nuclear power plant project. And the North-South Expressway component project speeds up to ensure public investment disbursement. In the world news, South Korean members of parliament to vote on impeaching president over martial law.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good morning. It's now 8 a.m. local time in Hanoi, and you're watching VTV News. I'm Thu Linh with the latest updates. Now, Ninh Thuận needs to be developed into a national renewable energy hub. This was the directive of Party General Secretary Theo during his meeting on Thursday morning with the Standing Committee of the Ninh Thuận Provincial Party Committee. More to follow.
During an inspection of the plant location for the Ninh Thuận nuclear power plant in Vĩnh Trường Hamlet, Phước Dinh Commune, Thuận Nam District, Party General Secretary Theo received reports on the planning status, project scale and efforts to engage with and compensate residents in the project area, ensuring their compliance with policies and voluntary handover of land. Meeting with the Standing Committee of the Ninh Thuận Provincial Party Committee, the Party General Secretary affirmed that the party and the state fully support the continuation of the nuclear power project, recognizing it as a core of the country's energy strategy for the future.
Undertaking this nuclear power project is an opportunity for our country to develop high-quality human resources, enhance national scientific and technological capabilities, participate in the global nuclear power supply chain, and eventually excel at nuclear technology. From nuclear power, we can advance the digital economy. The digital economy primarily thrives in countries with abundant, stable, and affordable energy. The people of Ninh Thuận and neighboring provinces who contribute resources to develop this energy project for the nation must certainly be ensured fair redistribution and enjoy the corresponding benefits of this progress. The party and the state must ensure the selection of the best technologies, consulting partners, and personnel to guarantee the safe and efficient operation of the project, not just for the current generation, but also for future generations.
The Party General Secretary also asked the province to invest in fundamental infrastructure to support human development, such as education, healthcare, cultural social facilities, and public infrastructure like parks and green spaces. He stressed the importance of streamlining the province's political apparatus.
We must focus on restructuring the political system to be streamlined and efficient. Ninh Thuận must adhere to Directive 35 of the Politburo by thoroughly preparing for the party congresses with a particular emphasis on personnel work. This includes ensuring sufficient quantity, quality, and personnel structure to serve Congress and objective and scientifically grounded Congress documents.
Party General Secretary Theo also urged the province to closely integrate economic development with ensuring national defense and security while thoroughly preparing to recommence the Ninh Thuận nuclear power plant. He emphasized implementing social, healthcare, and cultural development policies.
Now on Thursday morning, Prime Minister Phie chaired a government meeting to review the urban railway projects in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. At the meeting, the Prime Minister instructed the Ministry of Transport to finalize the projects and submit reports to relevant authorities no later than this month. These projects aim to modernize Vietnam's railway infrastructure and will resolve three critical challenges for Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, including alleviating traffic congestion, reducing environmental pollution, and driving sustainable economic growth. The Prime Minister also highlighted the importance of decentralizing authority, granting Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City greater autonomy in project execution, resource mobilization, and problem solving. The government of Vietnam and NVIDIA, a leading American tech giant, have signed a cooperation document to establish Vietnam Research and Development Center for Artificial Intelligence and an AI data center in Vietnam. The document was signed in Hanoi on December the 5th between Prime Minister of Planning and Investment Nguyễn Chí Dũng of Vietnam and NVIDIA's Executive Vice President of Worldwide Field Operations, Phie. The signing ceremony, attended by Prime Minister Phie and NVIDIA Chairman Jensen Huang, highlights a pivotal step in positioning Vietnam as a leading AI research and development hub in Asia. Building on their early partnership, this agreement reinforces NVIDIA's commitment to supporting Vietnam's innovation ecosystem, fostering technological breakthroughs, and creating significant career opportunities for domestic talent. National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn and President of the House of Councillors of Japan, Sekiguchi Masakazu, held talks in Tokyo on December the 5th as part of the Vietnamese top legislators' official visit to Japan.
During the talks, President of the House of Councillors of Japan, Sekiguchi Masakazu, expressed his pleasure in welcoming the Vietnamese leader so promptly after taking office in November. He expressed confidence that 2024 would mark the beginning of a new chapter in the cooperation between the two countries for the next 50 years. During the talks, National Assembly Chair Trần Thanh Mẫn congratulated his host on his election as President of the House of Councillors of Japan. He said Vietnam regards Japan as a leading and long-term partner, and the bilateral relationship is at its best with strong political trust and close, comprehensive ties at all levels. The National Assembly Chair emphasized Japan's continued role as a leading economic partner, the largest official development assistance provider, the second largest labor cooperation partner, the third largest investor, the third largest tourism partner, and Vietnam's fourth largest trade partner. Welcoming Japan's new policy on foreign labor, especially its shift to a training working model from that of technical intern, the top Vietnamese legislator urged Japan to expand job categories and increase the intake of Vietnamese interns. He also called for improved living and working conditions and social welfare for Vietnamese in Japan, and enhanced collaboration in training high-quality human resources and strategic management personnel. The two sides also agreed to strengthen exchanges among parliamentarians. They committed to enhancing exchanges between specialized committees and refining the legal framework to support businesses expanding their operations and investments in both countries. Concluding the talks, the two sides signed a cooperation agreement between the Vietnamese National Assembly and the House of Councillors of Japan.
Now, National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn proposed Japan to continue supporting Vietnam's industrialization and modernization efforts while meeting with Prime Minister Ishiba Shigeru on December the 5th within the framework of his official visit to Japan. At the meeting, both sides agreed to strengthen human resources training by fostering labor cooperation, training high-quality personnel, and enhancing people-to-people exchanges. National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn suggested Japan promote and expand investment collaboration in infrastructure, clean energy, renewable energy, high-quality agriculture, green transition, digital transformation, data centers, and semiconductors, which are Japan's strengths, while supporting Vietnam in joining the global semiconductor supply chain. He took this occasion to thank Japan on its ongoing official development assistance ODA and urged more new generation ODA projects in Vietnam. National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn received President of the International Friendship Exchange Council of Japan, Matsuzawa Kan, in Tokyo on December the 5th as part of his official visit to the country. The Vietnamese top legislature highlighted the recent fruitful development of the Vietnam-Japan relationship, especially the elevation of the ties to a comprehensive strategic partnership for peace and prosperity in Asia and the world in 2023. He highly valued the FEC for sending survey delegations to Vietnam, conducting investment and trade promotion activities, and supporting activities of the Vietnamese embassy in Japan. For its part, Matsuzawa spoke highly of Vietnam's contribution to the bilateral relations and revealed that an economic survey delegation working in information technology, economy, and energy fields would come to Vietnam in March 2025. He hoped that this mission will help deepen cooperation between the two countries. The government and the Ministry of Transport have requested that all the components projects of the North-South Expressway be completed at least 6 months ahead of schedule as part of the overall timeline for the second phase of the project. Consequently, construction teams are maintaining their presence on site, adhering to the principle of accelerating progress despite being in the rainy season.
Day and night, whenever the weather is favorable, construction activities continue at the Bai Vot Ham Ni project. To ensure completion ahead of schedule, the Project Management Board has reinforced the construction teams with new personnel and equipment.
Whenever the rain stops, we immediately proceed with the work. For example, in this area, we worked through the night.
The sections dealing with weak soil have begun unloading material to complete the asphalt paving for all component projects in the central region by the end of this year.
After a thorough inspection, we can say that the machinery, equipment, and materials have been prepared and transported to the construction site.
According to the Ministry of Finance, by the end of November 2024, the country had disbursed over $16.1 billion USD in public investment, more than 60% of the target set by the Prime Minister.
This year, we must address the key projects that are entering their final stages. If we don't do it well, reaching the 5-year targets will be very challenging.
Currently, 28 ministries, sectors, and 23 localities have disbursement rates lower than the national average. This will create significant pressure to achieve this year's disbursement target.
Vietnam's rice exports have set a record this year, exceeding $5 billion in value, with over 8 million tons sold internationally. Low global rice inventories and heightened demand in key markets have created favorable conditions for Vietnamese rice exporters. More on this to follow.
Vietnam's rice exports have grown primarily due to robust demand from 3 major markets: the Philippines, Indonesia, and Malaysia. The Philippines alone imported 3.6 million tons of rice, accounting for more than 50% of Vietnam's total rice export turnover.
First, Vietnam tailored its rice products to suit the preferences of Filipino consumers. Second, Vietnamese exporters have invested heavily in infrastructure and advanced milling technologies. These are the reasons why Filipinos love our products.
Vietnam is the largest rice exporter to the Philippines, supplying nearly 3 million tons annually. This market is critical, allowing us to regulate supply and demand effectively while enhancing the value and quality of Vietnamese rice. From this advantage, rice exporters can contribute to the national revenue.
The high price of Vietnamese rice has been another key driver of this year's export milestone. With an average export price of $626 USD per ton and 5% broken rice reaching $522 USD per ton last month, Vietnam has solidified its reputation as a premium quality rice supplier among the world's leading exporters. By capitalizing on strategic markets and maintaining premium pricing, Vietnam has established itself as a global rice export powerhouse, contributing significantly to the nation's economy.
Coming up next, Guangxi's remote areas get access to national grid. And Đà Lạt Flower Festival reaffirms the city's position on global flower map. Welcome back to VTV News. The 22nd Vietnam International Trade Fair or Vietnam Expo 2024 opened in Ho Chi Minh City on December the 5th. With the theme Solutions for the Modern Lifestyle, this year's Expo emphasizes products that enhance convenience, efficiency, and eco-friendliness in daily life, featuring sectors like smart consumer goods, home appliances, and sustainable home and garden solutions. Over 1,800 businesses from 20 countries and territories, including the US, Germany, the Republic of Korea, Japan, and Thailand, are participating in the expos. Highlights include the Republic of Korea's National Pavilion, showcasing healthcare, cosmetics, and high-quality electronics, and Sri Lanka's Pavilion featuring gemstones, tea, and cultural heritage products. The event offers seminars and live products demonstrations, such as discussions on AI and Internet of Things applications and trends in Vietnam. Attendees can also join site tours of industrial projects and creative DIY activities. The development of the power grid is extremely difficult in remote areas of Quảng Trị province due to the rugged terrain and outdated infrastructure. However, with the efforts of the electricity industry, the national power grid has been brought to most remote villages to improve all aspects of people's lives and create momentum for economic development.
Khe Song Hamlet, located in Krong Klang Town, Dak Rong District, was once an area of extreme hardship. Before 2004, the living conditions of its residents were challenging due to the lack of electricity. However, at the end of 2004, the Provincial People's Committee approved a project to provide electricity to all residential areas.
Since getting electricity, we have felt more comfortable. My living conditions are convenient. Having electricity is the happiest thing ever.
Thanks to electricity, my children can study conveniently. We all feel happy.
Since 2015, Quảng Trị province has connected 100% of villages and hamlets to the national power grid. In particular, in the province's mountainous areas, the electricity sector has invested in building more than 393,000 kilometers of power lines from 22 kV to 35 kV, with nearly 400 transformer stations.
The Ba Chua Su Festival of Sand Mountain has been added to UNESCO's representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity as of Wednesday night, Vietnam time, becoming the country's 16th recognized intangible cultural heritage. Held annually from the 22nd to the 27th of the 4th lunar month in Châu Đốc, An Giang, the festival combines rituals and artistic performances to honor Mother Earth and the local guardian spirits. This UNESCO recognition will help promote understanding and dialogue among Vietnam's ethnic communities, including the Vietnamese Cham, Khmer, and Hoa, while bringing international attention to Southeast Asian goddess worship. At this time of year, large yellow apricot growing villages in the Mekong Delta are busy taking care of their blossoms to create the most beautiful products for the Lunar New Year market. However, recent heavy rains in recent days have sparked concern, according to the apricot growers in villages such as Phước Định in Vĩnh Long Province, Cái Mơn in Bến Tre Province, and Phú Hưng in Hậu Giang Province. Recent prolonged rains have seen 10 to 30% early bloomings of apricots. The reason is that after a period of hot weather, sudden heavy rains shocked the yellow apricots, with the temperature change leading to buds bursting. If more than 50% of the buds bloom early, it will greatly affect the quality of apricot blossoms for Tết and sharply decrease their economic value. The opening ceremony of the 10th Đà Lạt Flower Festival 2024 theme, Đà Lạt Flowers, Symphony of Colors, continues reaffirming Đà Lad's position on the global flower industry map. Starting this year, Lâm Đồng Province aims to develop the Đà Lạt flower brand internationally by leveraging community resources. More to follow.
With a series of activities throughout December, Dalat is hosting impressive flower parties for the whole community. This year's festival theme is Dalat Flowers, a symphony of colors. In line with this theme, flower displays have been created with all the dedication and creativity the Dalat flower growers can muster.
Some businesses provided support funding for us to organize the event, which aimed to connect flower growers with businesses nationwide.
The highlight of the Flower Festival is the opening ceremony on the evening of December 5th with a special art event on the largest stage ever in Dalat. The lighting effects, the colors of the flowers, and the music will tell the fascinating story of Dalat flowers to ensure the brand can reach even further.
The 10th Flower Festival integrates the honoring of Dalat flowers with music to suit a creative music city recognized by UNESCO. We are focused on international cultural and artistic programs to appeal to domestic and international tourists.
Mobilizing community resources and promoting people's creativity is how Lamdong has gradually raised the profile of the Dalat Flower Festival. Thus, it is not only a provincial cultural and tourism festival, but also aims to be a national and international event.
Coming up next in our world news, South Korean members of parliament to vote on impeaching president over martial law. And French Prime Minister resigns after Parliament's no-confidence vote. Life in South Korea returned to normal on Thursday after martial law was lifted 6 hours after its imposition. South Korea's opposition party plans to vote on impeaching President Yoon Suk-yeol on Saturday for declaring martial law. This follows the resignation of Defense Minister Kim Yong-hyun, who reportedly recommended the order. South Korean police have also launched an investigation into President Yoon's on charges of treason and other several alleged crimes related to the declaration of martial law. Embassies of many countries in Seoul have issued advisories urging the citizens to take necessary safety precautions. In response, the South Korean Ministry of Foreign Affairs promptly notified that the country's security remains stable. French Prime Minister Michel Barnier on Thursday met French President Emmanuel Macron to submit his resignation after losing a vote of no confidence in Parliament. The French government collapsed after only 3 months in office. French politics have been unstable since the early parliamentary elections in July and are now in turmoil. According to the French Left and Far-Right Alliance, the reason for the vote of no confidence is that the austerity budget plan proposed by the government for next year will not guarantee the rights of workers and vulnerable groups in society. Michel Barnier is a member of the centre-right Republican Party, chosen by the president as prime minister after the general election. President Macron now has the task of picking a viable successor. The Russian Aerospace Force successfully launched the Soyuz 2.1B carrier rocket from the Pleshchek Cosmodrome. The launch took place at 9 p.m. Moscow time from the Russian Defense Ministry's State Test Cosmodrome in Arkhangelsk region. The Soyuz 2.1B rocket carried a military satellite into space. This type of rocket is used to launch military and civilian spacecraft, including commercial satellites. It also launched the Global Orbiting Navigation System into space. The race is on to produce the first humanoid robot we can welcome into our homes, with companies including Tesla vying to be the first to introduce a viable android into our daily lives. One of those hoping to win that race is 1X, a company based in Norway and Silicon Valley with its humanoid robot, Neo. More to follow.
Norwegian-American AI robotics company 1X has announced its latest creation, Neo, a humanoid robot designed for home use that could begin shipping as soon as 2025. According to Bernd Bornich, CEO and founder of 1X, Neo can handle tasks such as doing laundry, cleaning, tidying up, and generally giving users back a significant amount of time in their lives.
In addition, it's going to be a great companion. You can talk to it, have good conversations, it can teach you things, it can be entertainment.
The merging of AI and engineering is significantly advancing the field of humanoid robotics. Engineers design robots to mimic human form and movement. At the same time, AI provides the brain power, enabling these machines to learn from their environment, make decisions, and perform complex tasks.
And also, we're really excited about the ability to teleoperate the robot yourself. So if you're somewhere else, you can actually teleport into your robot and do small things in your house that maybe you forgot to do, right? Like feed the cat or close the window, check that everything's okay. And also be able to have your friends visit in a different embodied version of remote presence, which I think is going to be really exciting to explore in the coming years.
The market-ready version will use AI and remote control and be unveiled in 2025. 1X says they can't reveal pricing details yet, but expect it to be comparable to a mid-priced new car.
And up next is the weather forecast. And that's the end of VTV News. To rewatch our program, you can download VTVgo from App Store or Google Play, or visit our YouTube channel, VTV4Go. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again at 3 p.m. local time.